On Flashpoint Thursday night, Gene Bailey and his guests talked about the recent increase in anti-Semitism on college campuses.
You're the dean at the Robertson School of Government. All right, so what should be happening right now? What should be happening in the halls of Yale and in the all the forces that make things change? I mean, I think I know, but I want to hear from you. What should be happening right now?
Well, they need to tell the truth, first of all. There needs to be not just propaganda, which is usually what the students are hearing, but absolute truth. At Regent University, we began and launched the Israel Institute, specifically aimed at higher education, because we saw the propaganda and lies that were going forward in American campuses. There's been liberalism on American campuses for 50, 60 years, but this is a change. This is very markedly different from what we've seen before, because this appears led in many ways. This is Hamas. This is the Hamas Charter. The Hamas Charter states unequivocally their goal is to murder every Jew. Here you have a fire lit on the Yale campus for Jew hatred leading to Jew death. So we need to take this as serious as it's intended.
I just want to call attention to the fact that, yes, this is a political issue. It's also a spiritual issue. What could be more obvious that there is an attempt right now by the enemy to infiltrate, to hinder, to oppose. We know Satan hates the Jews. We know that he hates America. And so we're in this two-pronged battle right now. We must attack it, as we're discussing, through government, through the right decisions by our leaders. Then we also attack it in prayer.
Of course, to watch this and other episodes, go to govictory.com/flashpoint. Fior?
With the release of a new Gallup poll, CNN chief data analyst Harry Enten on Thursday called out what he believes to be a major problem in the Democrat Party.
Think is a revolt that is going on within the Democratic Party right now, Democrats and their leaders. I mean, take a look nationally. Hello, Democrats on Dem leaders in Congress. The belief that they will do the right thing when it comes to the economy. Last year at this time, 80% believed that the Democratic leaders in Congress would do the right thing when it comes to the economy. And keep in mind, this is Democrats. Look at where we are now. That number has been slashed in half to just 39%.
I got to get one of those boards to draw on. Enten went on to say that this is the lowest number ever recorded by Gallup on this topic, adding, "This screams sirens should be going off." The lowest previous number was 21 points higher at 60. Joining us now is Convention of States Action President, Victory News contributor Mark Meckler. Mark, welcome to Victory News.
I vote for you to get one of those boards as well.
Yeah, you need one. We both need one. Politico published I shouldn't insert things like that. Politico published a new article focusing on Michigan Senator Elissa Slotkin, who's telling the angry Democrats we just heard about it's time to ditch wokeness and muscle up. Slotkin says it's time Democrats take back the flag, appeal to patriotism, adopt some alpha energy, albeit with much more colorful language, in her words. Is this the answer for the Democratic Party?
I mean, I think it's an answer. I think the problem is that they're trapped in a pincher movement right now. That is the answer for the moderate part of their base, which is the larger part of the potential Democrat base, many of whom have moved over to the Republican Party or are independents voting Republican now. The problem is the enthusiasm in the party is even further left. So that move to the right that she's suggesting would alienate the most excited part of their base right now. I'm not sure what the answer is, but I think they're in big trouble. I agree with Harry Enten.
Okay, so let's take a quick look back in time, if we could, something President Barack Obama clearly communicated during his administration.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up.
Mark, 75% of illegal immigrants deported by Barack Obama received no due process. Now, under Bill Clinton, 90% of those deported received no due process. That's 9 out of 10. So why did the Democrats who supported both of those presidents now want 100% of illegal immigrants to receive due process? What changed?
Well, it's just hypocrisy is all it is. Right now, it's just anti-Trump, TDS, Trump derangement syndrome sentiment. That's the only thing that's driving this. I don't believe, frankly, that they have solid beliefs in almost anything except for their hatred for Trump. So it's just not genuine.
All right, let me ask you about this. District Judge Colleen Kohler-Kelly, she blocked President Trump's efforts to require proof of citizenship to register to vote. CNN's Scott Jennings was hot under the collar about the decision. Here it is.
You want individual federal judges who hate Donald Trump
No, I don't.
to tie him up for 4 years.
No, I don't.
If you want a big
Not at
policy
all.
questions decided, let the Supreme Court do it. But in the interim, the executive has to be allowed to govern.
Why is all this judicial action at the district level about nullifying the 2024 election results? Is it stalling out the Trump and his policies until 2028?
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that it's about. And you have all these judges, they are left-wing appointees, they are activist judges, and they intend to get in the way of Trump. And that woman who was saying that that's not what she wants and that's not what she believes, she's just straight up lying.
Yeah, okay, let's stay with judges for a second. How about this judge in New Mexico? He hired and housed a Tren de Aragua member, allegedly. As an attorney, you took some kind of oath, I think, didn't you? Isn't there ethics that you're supposed to follow?
Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. Not only are you supposed to be honest and straightforward, you're supposed to avoid the appearance of impropriety. And what could appear as impropriety more than having a Tren de Aragua gang member in your house?
All right, so Washington State is considering a bill. It's called SB 5093. It would decriminalize concealing the bodies of babies who have died after being born, stripping away investigative authority over a suspected abortion. Mark, would this not mean legal infanticide with Washington State?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly means that you can legally hide infanticide. And I'm almost speechless. This seems like it would be fake. I mean, it's so outrageous. It's just something straight from the heart of Satan.
Our thanks always to Mark Meckler. Thank you for being with us, Fior.